publisher and journalist, over 10 years ago, published the truth about war. This government, the UK, is a leading member of NATO. And NATO has been waging war for the past 30 years, not only against states in Europe, Africa, the Ukraine, Palestine and the Middle East, but they are responsible and directly responsible now for committing genocide. Well, once we had the Nuremberg trials against those who committed genocide in the 20th century, now we demand an account for those committing genocide in the 21st century. UK taxpayer money, our name, our military intelligence, our government, our bureaucracy, our generals, our media propagandists, and the deep state spooks who inhabit the corridors of power of Whitehall are all complicit in this murder. And Julian Assange, a great journalist, globally recognised, award-winning and nominated many times for the Nobel Peace Prize, was one of the great men who revealed these truths. And we're here today in support of Julian Assange and against the war in Ukraine, sponsored by NATO for the past 15 years, against the war in Palestine, sponsored by the Western powers and NATO for the past 75 years. We're against the war in Yemen. We're against the war in Africa. We're against the occupation of a third to a half of Syria, not only by NATO, the US, the UK and their allies, but against the destruction of civilian infrastructure, civilian lives, of those men, women and children who are always the first to suffer. And today in Palestine, in the Gaza Strip, they are starving to death, over 2 million people. These are our leaders, these are those in political power, and the policies of Rishi Sunak and Joe Biden are no different from what the policies will be under an administration here of Turkey, Kyle Starmer. The most dangerous of politicians and ex-lawyer. And we demand once again today to free Julian Assange!
Free Julian Assange!
Jail the war criminals!
Jail the war criminals!
On April the 11th, it will mark 5 years of his kidnap from the Ecuadorian embassy in Kensington and his incarceration here at HMP Belmarsh, once designed for the most dangerous